Texans rumored to potentially be aggressive in the draft, an injury that impacts the draft pick, or at least it could. Plus, if they hadn't taken CJ Stroud, what was the backup plan? It's almost draft night, baby.
Yeah. It's the Locker Room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey. Locker room, yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk, yeah, you know what we about to do. Localize every angle's what we really do. We the source, we the pulse of the city too. Landlocked, got the game in the headlock. Localize every time, can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, top two.
All right, it is the Locker Room, number one source for Texans digital content. I'm Landry Locker. You can hear me Monday through Friday, 10 to 2 Central, Sports Radio 610. And the Odyssey app. We got some interesting news. We got some rumors. We got one sleep till the NFL draft. Texans don't have a first-round pick at the moment. Their draft picks are the following: 42, 59, 86. Those are going to be the day 2. Then day 3, 123, 127, 188, 232, 238, and 247. Day 3, by the way, Daily Sports Club. Be there, be square. It's going to be a hell of an event. If you're not there, I feel bad for you. We got stuff to give away. I got this hat that I'm wearing. Not this one. I got a fresh one in a box, in a limited edition box, that I will be giving away. Cody Stutes has some stuff to give away as well. And we're going to be there. Here's the flyer: Daily Sports Club, 11 a.m. We got $20 domestic buckets, $4 H-Town Blue Kamikazes, the sound on in the draft. So come out there, enjoy yourself. It's one of my favorite things to do is to mingle with the people and consume the draft with two of my favorite people, Figgy Stutes. Other people should be popping up as well that will be familiar with you. So get y'all's ass out there, and it'll be a lot of fun. For sure. We have an injury that could impact the draft pick. Now, is this going to impact whether or not they pick someone? Perhaps not. But the man who was supposed to make the draft pick, and maybe he heroically pulls a Willis Reed and gets his ass up there, but good old Sketch, torn ACL. I haven't even seen this yet. This has been going viral. Let's check this out. Is this wrestling work or is this real injuries? I don't think he needs to be running routes. But here was what went down with Sketch when he went down. The guy who's supposed to announce the Texans pick.
Played you off.
Yeah, you played me off.
You backed up.
Oh, yeah, that's ooh.
Flag! What? Oh. This is scripted! What?
Fuck.
A flag?
Yeah.
What? Y'all serious?
Yeah. Fuck.
Bro, get off. Stop bullying. You're bullying.
I swear.
You're bullying.
It definitely popped.
He's bullying.
It definitely popped.
He's bullying.
It definitely popped.
You're being serious. I didn't even touch you.
I swear.
I didn't touch you.
I'm tired as hell, bro.
Dude, you don't have to touch him for him to get hurt, brother.
Here. Lay down. Let me stretch it out.
Oh.
I got it. Stretch it out.
It did pop for sure.
Stretch it out.
It popped.
I got you.
Swear.
Ready up. Yup. Stay. You got it?
Yeah, it's good.
Walk it off. I didn't even touch you though, bro.
I'm tight. You got piano wires for freaking calves.
For calves.
Are you okay?
Bro,
come on, bro. We just now getting started. Are you okay?
It popped. Yeah. Oh.
Really?
Yeah,
It popped? It's not really popped?
That shit definitely popped. I heard it.
He popped?
Damn,
Draft
man.
stock just went down.
Oh. Here, let me just spit on it. Yeah, right.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome here. Oh, I knew that was coming. It was a matter of time.
Just massage it, bro.
Dude, it's tight as a motherfucker right now.
Come on, let me help you out, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
come
you, sir.
Let's get him out. Yeah, he
Popped it a little
Caleb.
bit. This was running and then popped my hamstring right here. It's a little tight.
can I like fix him?
We'll see what we can do for him.
This is awesome.
Like massage it or something? Because
First
like
class.
I want to keep.
First class.
Yes, sir.
No pause.
Bro, just take it to the ambulance.
Nah, bro. Like, bro, I
Sounds
want to
good.
do more, bro.
You got an aux cord on this thing?
Aux cord. All right.
No way.
This is
Whoop, sketch is done for.
Sweet.
You all right, man? Damn, they about to transport you?
No, we're just gonna check him out.
All right. Damn, man.
I didn't know if they were taking him or not.
I just want to let you guys.
Hey, come on.
Hey, Steve,
Huh?
can I get a pic?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Why you hurt guys like that?
I didn't even touch him. I literally did, bro.
so that's that speed dude, I guess, that was with Logan Paul. Goodness gracious. So Sketch goes down. You got to think he's gonna heroically make his way to the stage. For sure. I don't know if this is real or not. I did actually just watch a podcast of Sketch that was freaking hilarious. It was with Theo Vaughn, and it was. I didn't know that the guy went to Texas State. So I guess he was at Texas State during COVID. Before that, he was at OU, and before that, he was at Mississippi State. And I guess he used to sell real estate. But yeah, it was pretty good. But he goes down. Supposed to announce the pick. If the Texans stay put, then he'll have a little bit more time to rest it. Unless Diana Rossini is right. And Diana Rossini's kind of been all over the place. Diana Rossini said this, and this is from Crumpy, John Crumpler. Shout out to Crumpler. Shout out to what the Texans Wire is doing with Cole Thompson and Crumpler. They're actually putting out content, man. Lots of content, grinding. But here's what Diana Rossini had to say about Nick Caserio. I don't know what to make of this. But she says the Texans aren't on the clock until the second round, but I wouldn't put it past Nick Caserio to trade into the first round Thursday night, which is tomorrow. I'm expecting Houston to at least try just based on Caserio's history. He traded 8 times last year and 7 times in 2022. We'll see if he starts calling Thursday. My question would be, what area does that make sense? What area are the Texans gonna look to be aggressive? What are they looking for? Could we see a scenario where Kool-Aid McKinstry's back there? Darius Robinson be a guy that they think about trading up for? What if Brock Bowers starts falling a little bit? Do they get greedy? I think this is just based on reputation, but I do think the Diggs trade needs to at least be factored in when saying these types of things. But I will say there is at least, I think, but I do think whenever Diana Rossini says something about the Texans now, it is worth there is at least reason to look into it and at least take what she says quite serious, because she's Diana Rossini is someone who's established herself as a pretty big voice when it comes to the Texans. No doubt. I would definitely take what Diana Rossini says serious. She's one of the top. She actually won the offseason, if we want to be honest, when it comes to the Texans news. So let's keep an eye on Caserio. I don't anticipate that they're going to be too aggressive, but I mean, never say never, especially with Nick Caserio. But if Kool-Aid McKinstry falls or something like that, maybe we're in a scenario where they decide that they want to make that type of move. For sure. Jock says I lose my train of thought too much. Dude needs to stop smoking the gas. Actually, I got a message during the stream where it said that we were having problems on YouTube, so I was kind of checking what was going on. But yeah, thanks for the critique, bud. Only for a corner, Kool-Aid or Wiggins. I don't know about trading for Wiggins. Kool-Aid seems like more their type of guy. That would be someone that I would look out for. Am I watching draft day tomorrow? No, I'm going to be doing the stream with Cody Stutes. That's going to be what I'm going to be doing. It will make me freaking sick if Arizona gets him. Yeah, I mean, you want Marvin Harrison Jr. I just don't really see how that works unless you're trading multiple firsts or something like that. Jets TGTX says ain't nothing wrong with a little gas. Kind of agree with that. I gotta put Jocks in timeout for that weasel stuff. Yeah, you lose your train of thought when you're getting error messages that say that the YouTube's not going up. Who's my favorite running back in the draft? Not Jonathan Brooks. I'm not as high on him as a lot of people seem to be. I think it's really just kind of a weak running back class. I don't like Blake Corum. I like Jalen Wright out of Tennessee, and I like Trey Benson out of Florida State. Those are the two guys that I like the most. And then if we're gonna go to day 3, then we start talking about the scat backs like the Shipleys. But I would say that Benson and Jalen Wright would be the guys that I like the most. Those would be my top guys. And I definitely do believe that they need a running back for sure. They need that very, very bad. Is Kool-Aid 100% healthy? Maybe not. But he did. It should be mentioned that his measurables, his athletic measurables were through the roof while he had this alleged injury. So I think that is something to keep into account. They've also had success, I should say, with Derek Stingley's injury. So keep an eye on that. You love Brooks. Okay. I don't hate Brooks. I think Brooks is okay. I don't think he was the best running back. I don't think he would have been the best running back this year on Texas's squad. I think Baxter's better. I like Blue better. That's just where I'm at. Worthy, Brooks, Sweat. So you're UT heavy. I don't know that Sweat's in play anymore. And hell, he might be in play in day 3 at this point. If there's there. What are the biggest needs for the Texans? I don't know that they're in position to where they should be looking at things that way. I don't think they should be looking at needs. They need depth. They need as many good players as possible. They don't. I mean, there's probably some positions you might look at and say they don't need this. They need depth. 100%. That's what they need. They need depth. What do I think about Frank Gore Jr.? I think he's a nice day 3 guy. I don't think he's a day 2 guy. You have a lot of picks on day 3. Maybe they like that pedigree, the Frank Gore pedigree. But I definitely don't think I think it could be potentially a pedigree day on day 3. You're talking about, I know McCaffrey's visited with the Texans. I know he's a receiver, but McCaffrey, Gore, Rice, all these guys. I would keep an eye on those guys. Edger and Cooper's an interesting name. I keep hearing Edger and Cooper. I like Edger and Cooper. I wonder what they think of Edger and Cooper. And I also wonder how much they want another linebacker. If they think Edger and Cooper's a bad, I mean, if this team could get Shire, who D'Amico and them seem to think a lot about, Christian Harris and his continued development and improvement, and if Cooper's as good as advertised, and I don't even know, he might. I mean, he's a top 3 linebacker. I don't know when he's going to go. Maybe they do that. I don't think they're gonna do that. I just don't. I don't really see that. Cooper DeJean, John Harris talked about drafting him and moving him to safety. I saw some rumors. I think they were actually more credible rumors that he might go a lot sooner than we're anticipating. I don't know, what does that mean? Does that mean top 20? But Harris was actually intrigued by the possibility of moving him to safety and maybe using him as a little bit more like a Swiss Army knife. He wasn't a corner going into Iowa. They just kind of moved him there when he was there. Cade Stover, I don't know whether he's a day 2 or day 3 guy. I know CJ Stroud has the chemistry with him. I know that Stutes and I think Cody Davis talked to him at the combine. They need another tight end. Hell, maybe they could use 2 tight ends because I know that Brevin Jordan surprised some people last year, but Brevin Jordan is not. I mean, he can't be your number 2 tight end. You can't feel good about that. If there is that type of situation. A lot of Cooper love. Anderson, Darius Robinson, Autry, Hunter, Aziz, Harris, and Cooper would have QB scared on the bench faking injuries. Okay. That seems a little bit dramatic. If Cooper's there in the second round, he's a steal. I anticipate that he will be. I don't think that he's going to go in the first. Stover likely goes late third. I would tend to agree with that. That's when I think they're anticipating the running back and tight end run, which you got to wonder, or do the Texans perhaps try to get in front of that? Is there perhaps a trade back to where they get more picks in that? I could see that. Eduardo says Peter Schrager talked about the Texans being one of the teams trading up. Yeah, Diana Rossini said this. Look, I don't know whether that's based on information or whether that's based on speculation. If you speculate about Nick Caserio, you obviously think he's going to be active, but I don't know what the mindset would be, whether they actually think that or whether they're just basing it on tendencies and what we've seen from Nick Caserio. So there's that. Do you take Tavondre in the second? I do not. I like Tavondre Sweat. Would I maybe take him in the third? Perhaps. But I think Tavondre Sweat has kind of played his way into perhaps a day 3 type of guy for sure. Cooper DeJean can do it all. It's a fast-ass white guy, fast white DB for sure. We don't see a lot of those. I think trading up for Brian Thomas, Worthy, Mitchell, or Bowers. I mean, if you're trading up for Thomas or Bowers, I mean, what are you giving up? You're probably jumping at least half of the first round and a third of the second. So what are you giving up? Is it that pressing of a need? That seems like a lot. The Worthy situation, I don't know where Worthy's going to go. There's been talk of him going top 15. There's been talk of him going perhaps in the second round. I tend to lean with Scotty on the day 2. I kind of like the day 2. I don't mind letting people just take guys off the board and then figure it out. I would have no problem with that. Trade up for Byron Murphy. How far is he going to fall? I don't know that he gets out of the top 15. I think a lot of teams are going to like what they see in Byron Murphy. So I don't know what that is. Cooper is my cousin. That's a race card right there, my friend. Can you say Whittington play running back? I don't know. Can Jordan Whittington play running back? I mean, that's what he started out at Texas. He was a running back / Wildcat, crazy high school quarterback. But I don't think he's like going to come in the NFL and play running back. I do think you can line him up in the backfield. And he could perhaps block and everything. And you could move him around. But Like as far as Jordan Whittington at running back, no. But if y'all want to watch some highlights, we can definitely do that. This was Whittington in high school. This was a state championship game. My boy Teddy Emmerich actually called this. I think Whittington has unrealized potential. I think he was around a bunch of talent. I think he plays a lot of special teams. He's just a football player. But this is in the state championship. I don't know that y'all have seen this, but this was when he was being talked about kind of as like a all everything type of dude, the old athlete. But this was in the state championship. Look, they're just snapping it to him and letting him do work here. And there's going to be plenty more where this comes from. So there's the first touchdown. Okay. Let's do it again. Okay. I mean, they're literally just snapping it to him in a state championship game and telling him go. Here we go again. Busted outside. That's ridiculous. Now we're going to toss it to him. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Slap that. Touchdown. He was a stud coming in, man. Couple of injuries. A lot of talent on that squad. We're talking about all these others. Here we go. Let's snap it again. That's easy. I think he's like an undrafted or day 3 guy. He's not. I mean, he's not. He might not even get drafted, but yeah, in high school, he was that dude. I mean, this is just a state championship game. They're just here he goes again. Staying. That's out. They got to call that out, right? They're gonna review that. And then here we go again. Let's get another one in. All right. State champs. Boom. So that's Whittington. Can he play running back? Probably not. But yeah, I think he can definitely play slot and he can definitely do something in the NFL. You can definitely move him around. No doubt. The CJ Stroud thing is interesting. We all know that the entire trajectory of this team and this organization changed because they drafted CJ Stroud a year ago. But here's my question. And I think these types of things are fun to discuss because the reality is you don't really have to worry about it. But it also kind of stresses you out a little bit. But in a good way because you're not actually living the stress. Let's pretend hypothetically that the Texans decided we're not going to take CJ Stroud number 2 overall, and we're going to take Will Anderson. What would the backup plan have been at quarterback? What would they have decided to do? Because there's a lot of possibilities. There's a large number of possibilities, and I just find myself wondering, okay, what would they have decided to do? Because obviously they would have still had pick 12. Let's pretend that they don't trade up. Hell, maybe the Titans trade up to 3 and you're having to look at CJ Stroud in a Titans uniform. That was a lot of the buzz. Maybe the Colts decide that they want CJ Stroud and they decide to make a trade. So maybe CJ Stroud ends up in the division. But if they don't take CJ Stroud at 2, does that mean that they take Will Levis at 12? I heard they didn't really like Will Levis that much. But does that mean they take him at 12? Or do they go with something? They go with like Jackson Smith and Jigba or something like that. Then when day 2 comes around, the 33rd pick that they made in that that they used in that trade, do they do what the Titans did with that pick after they traded it with Arizona and decide, okay, we didn't like Will Levis at 12, but we like him at 33 and try to give Will Levis a crack? Like, are the Titans having CJ Stroud and the Texans have Will Levis, or do they pass on that? Do they maybe kick the tires on like a hooker, Hendon Hooker or whatever in the draft? What do they do? And let's say that they decide not to draft a quarterback. Let's say they don't like one. And let's say the Texans are sitting here right now And who knows what their draft pick would be if they didn't have CJ Stroud, they're not drafting in the 20s. But let's say they have 2 first-round picks and they have similar equity to what Minnesota has right now. Are we sitting here right now the night before the effing draft with new uniforms out talking about the possibility of the Texans trading up for JJ McCarthy or looking at Michael Penix? Are we talking about Drake May? Is there like some sort of Drake May movement? What a crappy life to live. What a crappy life that would be. But I do wonder what the backup plan would have been, because there was obviously some people who liked Will Anderson. And I was open to whatever they wanted to do. I was obviously a Bryce Young guy. I've made that pretty clear. But what in the hell would they have done if they had decided not to take the quarterback? I'm loving this conversation because it's not reality. I'm glad we don't have to think about the hypothetical. I just do wonder, like, where would we be right now? What? Who would you be? Like, let's say the Texans are sitting there let's say they're kind of in the 3-ish territory, or they're like in the Minnesota territory. And let's say that Caleb Williams is going number 1. Who are you asking for? Hell, are you saying that they should sign Kirk Cousins because he knows Bobby Slowick's system? Are you saying they should have traded for Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? Are we talking ourselves into JJ McCarthy? I'm just glad we don't have this life, man. It's a hell of a life. But it is interesting, just how much different that would have been. Baker Mayfield, that's a name getting thrown out there. Yeah, Davis Mills would have probably already been run out of town. What a blessed time to cover this squad. What a blessed time to have one sleep till the draft. It's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone for rolling through. Tomorrow is going to be a long stream. Part 1 right here. Part 2 with Stoots in the loop, 10 a.m. We're going to get it cracking. And don't forget about that draft party, Daily Sports Club on Saturday. Got a lot to give away. I got this hat, exclusive edition of this hat. Got some other stuff. Might go check some stuff at the station and find that. Scott's got jokes. He says RG3 said he can still throw. RG3 says too damn much. If we're being honest. Be sure to subscribe, like, right along. Next time we talk, we'll be talking about the draft. Will the Texans trade up? The rumors are perhaps will sketch be on the stage. Who knows? And thank God for CJ Stroud. Appreciate you for coming through. Always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together.
Yeah. It's the Locker Room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey. Locker room, yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk, yeah, you know what we about to do. Localize, every angle's what we really do. We the source, we the pulse of the city too. Landlocked, got the game in the headlock. Localize every time, can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, we top 2 and we not 2. Plugged in daily digital on YouTube.